out here in the backyard with the backpack girl this morning. We're just hanging out. I am getting ready. I am getting ready to go on a camping trip. About a year ago now, maybe less, maybe more, I don't know. My friend Daryl from the Channel 39 Camper challenged me to do a solo overnight camping trip. It's taken me a really long time, but I've finally got it lined up in a couple weeks from now, and I'm having a hard time packing. It's been a really long time since I've gone camping without kids, without feeling like I need to pack the whole kitchen sink and caboodle. Starting with my day hike kit, which I am pretty happy with. It's a 35-liter pack. It is admittedly overpacked. When I go hiking with the adventure girls, life can get pretty predictable sometimes. So I'm going to have to whittle that down and go through it and take some stuff out, take some redundancies out that I don't need. But this pack I'm generally pretty happy with. I'm almost tempted just to try to do an overnighter with it. But you know what? I don't get to do this very often. I haven't gone solo camping since before I was married. I want to make the most of it. So I'm going to take those. I'm going to take a bunch of other stuff. I'll show you that in just a second. And I'm also going to take a stool or a camp chair so I can rest my old lady butt around the campfire and really enjoy myself. Three important components of my kit: food, clothing, and shelter and sleeping. And I could use your input on this. So I don't know what I'm going to cook yet. I'm going out probably for dinner and breakfast, and that'll be it. I'm going to have to come home. I'm going to go out in the middle of the week. My husband's got to get to work in the morning, and I've got to work in the morning and take care of the kids. So I haven't decided on the menu yet, but I'm working on that. I'm going to take a bear bag. I'm not going to bear country, but there are raccoons and skunks and little critters that are going to try to eat your food. So I use a bear bag all the time. Yeah, I hate it when skunks spray too. So I've got my bear bag, I've got a beaner on here, and then I've got some paracord inside there. So that's going to be food. Again, menu, we'll wait and see. Clothing, I'm not going to take very much because I'm just going for an overnighter. I can shower and change when I get home in the morning. But I'm going to take some warm clothes for the evening, a sweater, extra pair of socks, a hat, mitts, and probably a change of underwear and a t-shirt. And that's basically what I've got in there right now. I'll show you that when I'm actually out, what I actually end up packing. This is my biggest dilemma. What am I going to use for bedding and shelter? I do not want to carry the family tent. I do not have a good solo tent right now. My old solo tent got wrecked by her big brother and his friends a few years ago. So I don't have one right now. I only have a family tent. So I thought what I'm going to do this time is I'm going to use a tarp. So I'm going to bring my tarp kit in here. I've got an old tent fly in here that works great as a tarp. I've got a sleeping bag liner here made out of silk. And then I've got some tent pegs, some paracord, and a little glow stick in there for some reason. I'm going to bring my bedroll. I am an old lady, and these knees and that hip and that shoulder are riddled with arthritis. So sleeping on the ground is a little bit of a challenge for me this time of year in the spring. It's nice and warm during the day. We're getting up to 25, 26 during the day. We've been up close to 30 on a couple days, and it's not getting that cold at night, but it is still damp. So I've got a foam mattress on here. Let me take this off of here.
Then why does it always rain?
Crack in here, and I'll show you. I've got my Thermarest. I think that's a guide light. It's a 3/4 length self-inflatable pad. I've got a wool blanket in here. It's not a full wool blanket. It's just about the length of the Thinsulate to give me a little extra insulation from the ground. And then I've got a thermal blanket in here that is rigged to be used as a tarp, or I can use it as a ground sheet. I find it more beneficial to use this as a ground sheet and then just use a fly for my tarp. So that's my plan. And then here I've got my Whoopee. I'm undecided. I think I'll take it just in case. I'm not expecting it to be that cold, but I haven't done this in years and years. So you can see I'm not ultralight. You can see I'm not ultra small. I'm going to try to whittle this down a little bit more, and then I'm going to move from my 35-liter pack into probably a 60-liter pack, I think, which may be a little overkill. I haven't decided if I'm going to car camp or if I'm going to hike in. I'm going to just the local provincial park, Darlington Provincial Park, so driving is an option. They've also got great trails in there, so I may just leave my car at the gate and hike in and then hike back out in the morning. We'll see. I'm really, really excited about this. Daryl, thank you for the challenge. Everybody that's watching, if you've got any hints, any ideas that are not going to cost me any money, I'd love to hear them. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.